All right, Pisces, welcome to your monthly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for December of 2015. My name is Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology, very different from mainstream astrology, which you can find more about down below. All right, Pisces, so another transformative month, at least the first couple weeks here, as they have been in December and a little bit in October. Well, actually the past 2 months. So as a result of this, from the second half of the month, things sort of transform after this particular aspect. It's involving Mars squaring up to Pluto and opposing up to Uranus, so forming this T-square. And it's involving a very important part of your chart. It's your first house, which is where you've had Uranus, which is about self and your identity and things like that. Very important house here. And your 10th house, which is about career, everything on that public level, and your relationships in your 7th, those one-on-one connections. And that's where Mars has been. So transformations as a result, and it could be very constructive. We'll talk more on that. And then after this, we do have Venus going into Libra, which is a very nice place for her to be in. Continue transformation with the career stuff, which I'll talk about. Then on the 21st, the sun goes into Sagittarius, and then a full moon in Gemini on the 25th. Around Christmas and the holidays, for those of you who celebrate Christmas and other holidays. So things sort of change. There's kind of a dual month. The first half is more of the transformative nature. Now, one thing I want to say about this is, of course, your personal charts are the most important with this. So that trumps everything. This is just very collective energies involved here, but I'll show you how to work with them constructively. And also, if you want more specific detail, do check your weeklies, where I'll go into more specific detail on these particular aspects and also other ones, because this is just very general for the month. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. From the 1st to the 5th, we still have Saturn squaring up to Neptune. So there is still some of that uncertainty, but this is not nearly as strong as it was last month. Uncertainty about the future, where we're headed, where we're putting energy, what we're building, what are the structures in our life. And this is particularly relating to maybe anything you've been taking seriously or working hard with, involving wisdom, involving learning, involving travel for some of you, involving overseas matters, philosophy, spirituality, things like that, which has been Saturn going into that 9th house of yours. It's all about the life path and really constructively building upon that life path. But you can learn a lot over these next couple of years. But uncertainty with your life path in general. So slowly building upon it, is the key with that, as well as having faith that everything is unfolding in divine timing. And this is, very deep for you because you've got Neptune in your 12th house. So a lot of things that you're also building with your spiritual foundation in life. Maybe it's been a good time for you to take up the meditation, that grounded approach to really embodying and grounding the spiritual energies and going with the flow through constructively grounding it. So that's going to be not nearly as strong, like I said, but these first 5 days it's waning, and these next couple months it's still within orb. So it's a good time to build upon these areas and to have more faith in those areas as this aspect continues. Now, from the 5th to the 8th, we do have Mars then squaring up to Pluto exact in this T-square. So here, all of this energy that maybe you've been recently putting into with your one-on-one connections, with relationships, with business dealings, with legal matters, perhaps for some of you. The key is to have non-attachment, especially with those inner relationships. So because Pluto is all about stripping away attachment. And so the more non-attached we are, really the more open we are to change is really the key to all of this. Because when we're open to change, we're non-attached, right? Because we're open to it. So it's not easy. Pluto does pull on a lot of emotional and deep fears and inhibitions and healing energies, energies that need to be healed. But as best as you can, be open to change with those relationships. Work at it constructively. Stay nice and balanced, because this opposition up to Uranus is suggesting that maybe there's something that you want to break free from. And it's really, it's general, but it could be quite specific in some particular area. But stay grounded, stay balanced, because Uranus in the first house is saying, something important, that there is freedom to be had for you to be yourself. So you can have more of that revolutionary spirit in your life of being who you truly are. But it has to be balanced with this, relationship stuff. And so it can be done in a healthy way. So I would say listen to that. There's something definitely being conveyed here this month about being your true self. But take it nice and slow. If you're feeling revolutionary, try to turn it into something a little more constructive, which is, change, but a nice, slow and steady change when it comes to, your involvement in it. but really be open to getting rid of any old concepts, any old belief systems relating to your relationships and things like that. Now that's from that perspective, but in a bigger picture, this is all coming from a lot of the changes that have been happening with the career front over many years with you, with Pluto in the 10th, so be open to change there, as well as with you, with your individuality, your identity. You're transforming, as you have been very much over the past few years with this kind of square, Uranus-Pluto square. So so they're really finding the way to integrate the career public stuff, big picture stuff with the relationships, with the self is going to be the constructive energies with this. Now Mars does naturally rule your second house of finances, so the material things might be coming under some change, so it's important to have change there, really dive deep, see what needs to change fundamentally with the material or financial things, and then in that way you can clear out some old garbage relating to that, mostly maybe psychological or emotionally, but maybe even quite literally. And also your life path is changing with Mars ruling your ninth as well, right? So with things shifting and changing, with philosophy, with your outlook, with the life path, be open to, change. And then in that way, you're not attached, and this becomes very, very constructive. All right, so that's these first couple weeks. And during this, we do have some nice shifts and aspects. We got Mercury going into Sagittarius, which is quite nice, quite expansive. This is where I think naturally you'll start to think more about, maybe even socialize and learn more about your career or anything on that big picture, public level. Now, from the 10th through the 11th, Venus does trine up to Neptune. So that's quite good for, usually relationships, especially since Venus is in your seventh house. So there is this sort of easygoingness these couple days surrounding this 10th, 11th. Could be quite imaginative, could be quite, dreamy in a healthy way. And even your communications could be easygoing, as well as what's really meaningful to you in life. So that's the first half pretty much. And then we do have a new moon on the 11th, which is in this ninth house. So you guys are all about to have some new beginnings relating to the adventurous, philosophical, spiritual, for some of you, aspects of life of that ninth house, where you're seeing what's possible. Now around the 11th, the energies are very subtle, so it's kind of sitting with that, planting new seeds. And over the next 2 weeks and 6 months, you'll find that a lot of these new beginnings relating to having more of that adventure spirit on life start to unfold. But again, all this you're taking very seriously with Saturn. So it's good. You want to keep it grounded and constructive through this. But that new moon isn't going to be that close to Saturn, just outside of a conjunction, but that energy is certainly there to build upon it. All right, so then things shift here around the 16th. Venus goes into Libra, which is a very good position for Venus to be in. So this is your 8th house, which has to do with everything deeper in life. All right, so it's about connecting to your relationships on a deeper level. It's about enjoying the truth, wanting the truth, sharing the truth, and all of that could be quite enjoyable, in fact, especially with the way you communicate, since Venus rules your 3rd. And then on the 19th, we've got Mercury joining up to Pluto. And so that energy is, like I was saying, continued transformation with the career stuff, with the big picture stuff. Here, relationships as well. Mercury rules that 7th house. So an ongoing theme, but this isn't not as profound as the first couple of weeks, because Mars is a much slower moving planet, collectively. But on a more mundane level, non-attachment could be intense. And if you're willing to really, connect deeply, to have compassion in those relationships, generally speaking, or with one in particular, have that non-attachment, that ego-less perspective is so key this month. Then it can change very smoothly, and it can be very intense in a good way with that compassion and everything like that. So that's very strong. It could be, bond there. It could also be relating to career stuff, So anything on that career level is changing. And, through that, it's helping you connect to it in a much deeper sense and strip away, again, any old belief systems or any old garbage relating to those areas. And even, even home and family. Mercury rules your 4th house. So there could be change with the domestic personal life as well. And it could be very constructive when you're open to that. So that's the 19th. And then on the 21st, the sun does shift into Sagittarius. So here we go into the more expansive energies of your 10th house of career. I think there's going to be more energy, more focus for you in the career front. Your energy levels should be quite good, generally speaking, with Mars and the sun, especially this month with the sun in your 10th house. So energy here, self-expression, okay? A lot to be sort of illuminated when it comes to the career stuff from the 21st into January. And then on the 25th, which will be Christmas, for those of us who celebrate Christmas, we've got the moon, full moon in that 4th house. So this is home and family. This is everything that has to do with our roots in life, which is sometimes it's our body, sometimes it's our health, sometimes it's home, sometimes it's family. But, you know, it could be, again, having to do with the holidays. There's this illumination and even culmination from anything you started relating to the 4th house over the past 6 months. So you're seeing that. It's a good placement for the moon. She loves to be in the 4th house. And you can disseminate that information to the other areas, really be grateful, really be aware of what you have regarding that domestic, personal aspect of your life, the emotional aspects of life. Then also on the 25th, Uranus goes station direct. So if you've been feeling like you and a lot of the things you've been thinking about and your goals have sort of been in the back burner for about the past 6 months, with Uranus retrograde, that energy starts to move forward at the end of December. All right, Pisces, so I hope you guys have a great month. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Do stay tuned for this brief message about this holiday special I'm running between now and the end of December. All right, so I'll see you guys next time. Take care. All right, so it's that time of the year again for the holidays. I'm running a special this year. Get one reading for yourself for 2016 and gift that exact same reading to a friend or family member for the holidays. So whether it's a live phone or Skype session, whether it's a 1-hour recorded reading or a mini birth chart reading, you get that exact same reading you can gift out. So for more information on that, do click the link directly below. And I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday season. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe because I also do daily and weekly videos. And I'll see you all next time. Take care.